What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Wow, that's really all I can say. I'm absolutely flabbergasted right now. Boxing is a hell of a sport, vicious sport. I just watched Abner Mars versus Johnny Gonzalez live. I'm sure a lot of you guys tuned in. Abner Mars got knocked out brutally in the very first round. Um, First of all, let me start off by saying my prediction was absolutely wrong. I thought that Mars would impose his will and get Johnny Gonzalez out of there. I said, I think rounds 4 or 5, and I couldn't be farther from the truth. Again, props to Johnny Gonzalez, props to Abner Mars for taking on a tough fight and being humble even in defeat. He says he's not in the business to have an unblemished, undefeated record. He wants to fight the best. So props to him for just moving up in weight, taking on back-to-back tough tests. His last fight was Daniel Ponce de Leon, a very tough customer. He just fought him on the Mayweather Guerrero undercard back in May, and he's already taken on Johnny Gonzalez. Um, the reason I predicted it the way I did is because Mars was undefeated. I thought he had the momentum, the confidence. Physically, he looked like he's in really good shape at 126. So I thought he transitioned well. He looked really good in the Ponce de Leon fight. Um, and I expected him to win. Johnny Gonzalez also a fighter who has 8 losses. Has been stopped before. He hurt Nishioka, who Donaire kind of beat easily, if you will. And in Gonzalez's fight, he dropped Nishioka in the first round, and he ended up getting stopped in the third round. So again, the fighter with losses. He had the loss to Daniel Ponce de Leon. I think last year in 2012, he took like 2 tune-up fights, won those, and then he took on Abner Mars. So I really didn't know where his confidence would be, and I didn't expect him to do that. I knew his left hook was dangerous, but I've seen Abner Mars battle adversity before, like in the Ponce de Leon fight. I thought he would be more acclimated to the weight division, and didn't see that coming. It was similar to Chad Dawson. Boxing has been crazy right now. Adonis Stevenson knocked out Chad Dawson in the first round. Didn't see that coming. I thought Dawson would have won that fight. Mickey Bay outclassed John Molina for 11 rounds and then gets knocked out in the 12th round. Um, it's just been back to back. Andre Berto versus Jesus Soto Caras. I thought Caras was more of a gatekeeper. He lost against Maidana. I didn't know where his confidence would be. Then he completely dominated Andre Berto, had him hurt in the first round, and knocked him out in the 12th round. So boxing has just been a roller coaster. 2013 has been great. I honestly felt bad for Abner Mars. He can bounce back, but it was definitely a crushing defeat. He said he's going to take some time off, spend it with the family. I kind of blame Mares and Golden Boy a little bit for this because when I was doing my prediction video, I was actually giving props to Abner Mars for having such a tough schedule and rising to the occasion. But this is the flip side to that coin. When you're taking on these tough elite level fighters, the Anselmo Moreno was probably the lightest of them all because he was the lightest puncher. Not the easiest to beat because Moreno is a very crafty fighter, very slippery, but it's still a tough fight. But in terms of physical damage, I didn't really think Moreno was going to knock out Abner Mars. So that was probably the safest out of his last bunch of fights. Daniel Ponce de Leon, tough fight. I knew Gonzalez had power. His left hook was going to be a problem if it landed. I just didn't think he was going to land it that flush, that early. I thought even if Gonzalez did win, it'd be like 3 or 4 rounds in or something. It just like caught him or out of desperation. But never in a million years did I think that it would end in the fashion that it did. Again, hell of a night. I'll do a Leo Santa Cruz video, give you my thoughts on him. Abner Mars tastes his first defeat. Very humble in his defeat. He lost to Johnny Gonzalez. Again, props to Johnny Gonzalez. He did the Jesus Soto Caras after he defeated Berto. And Gonzalez, he definitely reinvented his career and reinvigorated. He added that spark because that was a brutal knockout. I'm anxious to see how Abner Mars will bounce back. So leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. Can Abner Mars bounce back? Last thing I want to talk about is Abner Mars versus Guillermo Rigondeaux or Nonito Donaire. If they were to fight, what do you think would happen? Now, I always put Nonito over Abner Mars if they were to fight like at 122. Um, If Nonito's power transitions to 126, we will see in his upcoming fight. Then I think he beats Mars, but I also thought that before even seeing Abner Mars get knocked out. But let me know what you guys think. Nonito Donaire versus Abner Mars, or if Rigondeaux fights Abner Mars. They did fight one time in the amateurs, or at a time in the amateurs, but this is the pro game, different. Both fighters, I'm sure, have grown since then. So basically, let me know what you guys think of this knockout, crushing upset. Props to Jhonny Gonzalez. Props to Abner Mars for having a tough schedule. And let me know, where does he go from here. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video's Ego signing off.